Well, hello everyone, this is Keith with Positively Osceola. Welcome to another one of our Coffee Talk Lives. And today, here we are, the beautiful Cakes, Pastries, and More on New York Avenue. You gotta love this place.
Love it, love it.
Well, I am with the Deputy Mayor of City of St. Cloud, Mr. Ken Gilbert, and personal friends, so we're gonna have a good talk today. But you're also on the board of Metro Plan Orlando, so we can have a great conversation about a bunch of things.
Yes, we can. And yeah, I was thinking about that, Keith, and I think we have over 20-year friendship going.
Yes.
So I hope I didn't ruin it, and not going to ruin that today.
No, or if we did, we'd have to repair it right now, which we don't. So
awesome.
Good to see you, man.
Good to see you, my brother.
Yeah, brother. So a vast amount of things we could talk about. I kind of want to just kind of ask you what's going on in the city that you want to share today.
Okay.
It's a cool opportunity to do that for sure. But again, recently with Beth Knight and Ricky Booth, County Commissioner.
Yes.
Beth Knight, obviously with the county.
Yes.
As leadership as well, had a great opportunity to talk about transportation.
Okay.
Certainly on everyone's mind. It's important for businesses, important for way of life. And then, of course, you were at that meeting as well.
Yes.
And talked about Metro Plan Orlando. So why don't you just give us a little bit of an overview of what's important to you today that you want the citizens to hear about when you chat about Metro Plan also?
Okay, let's do that. One thing I would like to first bring up is St. Cloud is the safest city in Florida.
Right.
Statistically wise. And that has to do with our citizens and our police and fire. All together, we work together to make it the safest city. We have one of the only drone programs in Central Florida. We have 4 drones placed all over the city in different various locations. And when the calls come in for fire or police, these drones go up ahead of time and assess the situation. Therefore, the police know how many people are in the house, what's going on through the thermal, and then they can come prepared versus going there blind. So that helps us be the safest city. The citizens help us be the safest city. The fire department helps us be the safest city. So all combined, we are the safest city in Florida and the 34th safest city in the United States. How great is that?
I feel pretty safe today.
Yeah, I do too. I love walking the streets. As you know, I've been here for 36 years. I grew up in the city of Detroit, and that wasn't the safest city, so I'm honored to be here. All my children are from Florida, and all my grandchildren are from Florida, and I love St. Cloud, the safest city in Florida.
When you were saying all that, it was hard not for me to think of the years that the different things you've done in this community for sure, and they are varied, right? I mean, so my wife and I, we were here for the monthly market the other day, and we were kind of chuckling because you walk down the street and you meet 4 or 5 people that you knew for this particular part of your life, and then and I know you know this, right? Because it's the same thing for you. Then you meet like another 4 or 5 people, and that's another vector of your life. You're like, my gosh, how do you know all these people? Because you've done so many different things. So certainly the nonprofit sector, Place for Grace, for sure.
We love A Place for Grace. It's our 17th year. And that's supported by the City of St. Cloud. We started off with 1 case manager. Now we have 5 case managers.
Right.
We give a hand up, not a handout. We have 34 entities, churches and different entities supporting us, and they bring the folks to us so we can case manage them and give them a job through applications and resumes. But it's a city participation. You should see the volunteers that come through. You should see the donations we get, which helps run that. St. Cloud is unique. We are a very tight-knit community and a tight-knit town, and it works for us with the Place for Grace Ministries. The Fellowship of Christian Athletes, I was their captain for a long time. We had 400 members of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Love that. Coached for about 26 years, which was fun. And then also in my part-time, I ran a few companies.
Yeah, part-time. I can remember in that part-time company you ran also would bring chairs out to events at Harmony.
Yes, we did. And we still bring them here to the museums.
Sure.
And we donate a lot of our time and effort towards the nonprofits that need tables and chairs for banquets and things such as that. We can do it, so we should do it. And it's been a blessing to own an exposition company with offices in 5 different states.
Yeah, that's a big deal. And so all those and other things as well, we'd have to have a coffee talk for an hour and a half, I think. But that's cool, right?
Yeah.
And I talk to people in certain organizations. I talk to people like Brian Wetzel.
Yes.
So he's the president and CEO of Orlando Health, right, in St. Cloud. And you can't video that guy out in front of the hospital because you're never going to get it done.
Right.
Because he knows everybody.
Right.
Same kind of thing, right? And so do you think that's is that? I think I know the answer to this, but Has that helped you when you sit behind the dais at the city council and kind of look out? You've been involved with so many things. It does give you a better way to answer people.
So much better. And Brian's a pillar of the community. I love Brian.
That's great.
He's my representative for the Veterans Council, which we have here in St. Cloud as being Soldier City. Great guy, great pillar. My experience in owning multiple companies and doing multiple things helps me evaluate when I am on the dais. I look at things differently and independently from the other 4 council people. So combined together, we get a good taste of what we're bringing to the table. We got a great council, and we work for the citizens, period. That's who we work for, that's who we report to, that's who elected us. Nobody else, there's nobody that we need to appease, but work the best way we can for the citizens. And being in all these different entities in my life has helped me bring that experience to the dais. So yes, it is, and I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I think it's obvious to those of us who've known you for a bunch of years, right? You can just see it when you're answering things. So let me ask you this. So again, flying back over to the Breakfast with the Pros. So you were mentioning to some folks here, you're part of Metro Plan Orlando.
Yes.
Representing City of St. Cloud.
Correct.
So City of Kissimmee's mayor, Espinoza's there, also a couple commissioners, right?
Correct.
Chowdhury and Cheryl Grieve. So tell those folks who don't understand what Metro Plan Orlando is, and how does that affect the folks around this area of transportation-wise?
Well, through the transportation into government, we have to have a metro plan for every city. We have a metro plan for a tri-counties, which is Seminole County, Orange County, and Osceola County.
Right.
That is where the money gets distributed to from FDOT, I-4, the Turnpike, and then Metro Plan disperses that money to the needs of those tri-counties. There's 3.4 million people in those 3 counties.
Right.
But there's 75 million people that travel through those counties as tourists and things such as that. So we're looking at the best way to react, and we have a vision to 2050 where we want no fatalities in any transportation. We're working on it, and it's working, and the numbers have gone down with all kinds, with rails, with buses, with all kinds of transportation. But we really would like to see by 2050 no fatalities. One thing we did this year, which is working, is we added 0.4 seconds to the yellow lights. When we did our studies, we thought that a lot of red light runners, we knew a lot of red light runners and yellow light runners were causing fatality accidents because of the speeds that they're going at. By dropping giving a 0.4% on the yellow light, slows people down more and helps prevent fatalities. So those are one of the things we do. We do many things. Right now, I've got a campaign going. It's called Slow Your Roll, and I was the author of that campaign, and Metro Plan's taking over. And what we want is electric bikes and electric scooters to slow down because they have caused a lot of accidents, they have caused a lot of fatalities and a lot of injuries. It's regulated through the House right now. It's passed the House bill for electric scooters, and it's on the Senate floor now. So we don't mind scooters, we just want them to be safe for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, at first, I think at first thought, you're like, hey, what a cool thing.
Right.
And it has evolved a tad.
Yes.
We say it all the time. I understand, you understand, our leadership in the city understands. A lot of people are moving here, I think it frustrates people in an impulse way. You just think, you react, oh my gosh, too many people here. Well, the secret's out. I mean, it's what month? February? It's very cold in Detroit.
Right.
It's very cold from where I was from around the same time you left.
Right.
It's cold there. And people go, my gosh, this is the last time I'm doing this, and they move here.
Exactly.
So you can't lock the doors, and it's a conversation not everybody's going to agree with, but it does put pressure on our infrastructure.
Yes.
And we see that in business, we see that in just lifestyle.
Right.
So there are a lot of pieces to the puzzle of how do you stay safe.
Yes.
Certainly Metro Plan Orlando, that's what you're discussing. I mean, you've got, I think you guys engage a bit with Bike Walk Central Florida and,
yes,
and the Best Foot Forward initiative. I know that Andrew and I, we see each other a lot on those particular things.
Yes. Your
law enforcement, all those things come together to bring safety, right?
Exactly, and we work with them. The Metro Plan Board has 27 members. We have the mayor of Orlando, we have Mayor Demings. We have a lot of different entities that pitch in to make that board so viable.
Sure.
We have $1.3 billion coming to Osceola County in infrastructure. And that's through Metro Plan, through all those entities that I talk about. Now, that is quite a bit of money, but we still need more, and we're still working on more. We have interchanges coming here in St. Cloud that's really going to help. The county does most of the roads, the state and federal. We as a city do the connectivity roads.
Sure.
So that's how that works there. But we're bringing more roads, widening roads and things such as that. But it's tough, Keith, and to think back to 2009 and 10 when we had that little lull in housing. Well, all those projects stopped.
Yeah.
Well, now they're back up and running, and 15 years later, 16, we're still catching up with the infrastructure. I would like to see it infrastructure first, but we are working hard to bring it to as best possible with the growth that we have. We have no state sales tax, there are no taxes, I said sales tax, but no state taxes. We have warm weather. We're the safest city in Florida and 34th in the United States. Who doesn't want to live in St. Cloud?
Yeah, no doubt.
You know, it's a great place to live, but I would like to see us keep that continuity, that small town, you know, where we wave to our neighbors, where we're friendly. This is a great town to live in, a great town to work in, and of course a great town to play in.
Sure. And I think one of the things, referencing the Breakfast of the Pros, which is St. Cloud Main Street, and I mentioned Beth Knight, and she is the Chief Operating Officer for the county.
Yes,
I want to blow up her title there. And she did answer the question of people ask all the time, which is, geez, there are so many projects happening at one time. Why do we have to do this all at once? Well, it's financially connected.
100%.
Right.
And when we get those funds, and we expedited some of those projects going on because we are so there is some pain going on right now.
Sure.
But you will see in the next 2 to 3 years a lot of that alleviated through the projects we're doing. But it hurts now, and I understand that, and I think everyone understands it. But the finished product is going to be a beautiful finished product. So going through a little pain now for a little pleasure later. And I don't know how else to do it. I just don't. But I think we're doing it the right way. But I'd still like to see it sped up. But it is government.
You know, it's funny, this is going to mean nothing to anybody in the universe but me. So my son, and we were talking about my son, so he had this really tough audio production exam, major exam, you know, 50% of the grade.
Right.
He finishes it at UCF, and he calls me, I'm like, well, how was it? And he said, painful. It was painful.
Right.
I'm like, oh, man.
Right.
So, you know, I felt bad for him, but then he waits for the grade, gets the grade, and he nailed it, right? So, analogy. The pain and suffering of that moment were there, but now he's happy.
You know, that is such a good analogy. I'll give you the same one with my son. He went to undergrad at Florida State, went to law school at FIU,
Great.
and then had to take the bar. So he spent 7 years in college. Now he has to go through the painstaking effort to pass the bar exam.
Right.
It's a pass or fail. You failed those 7 years. You can try
do-over.
again. He has a do-over.
Yeah.
So he studied. He said, Dad, this is painful. I said, think about the pleasure you'll have when you can go to court. Think about the pleasure you can have when you practice law.
Yeah.
And guess what? 8 years later, he loves it. He loves his job. And if you love your job, it's really not a job. That pain he went through, we talked through it, and now he's got that. So I don't want to say the same with our transportation, but we are working diligently on that, and we will get it done. That's why I'm a member of the Metro Plan Board.
Right.
I'll tell you what I got right now. I'm the member of the Finance Committee. I'm a member of the Personnel Committee. I am the chairperson of the Transportation Disadvantaged Local Board, which is for all the disadvantaged and disabled people to get them to their appointments to where they need to go. That to me warms my heart because you know I also own 3 autistic schools. Right. So disabled people and disadvantaged people, that's who we're here to help. And that's what I want to do. So that board and being the chair of that board, the 22-member board, we're doing a lot for the disabled and disadvantaged. So those things, what I say, get involved. Now, did I think I'd be this involved being retired? No, when I was elected, they said, oh, it's a part-time 20-hour-a-week job. I work over 60 hours a week, love my job, and love working for this community. So that, to me, it's not a job, it's an adventure, and I get to meet some really, really cool people down the line.
Yeah, I don't call your action as retired. I think you just pivoted on a nuclear level, which is not shocking, actually. So people ask us all the time, and I've got this one thing I didn't want to blow off. So people ask, okay, so it can be frustrating sometimes. I think most people have adjusted with the simple, which is leave earlier. You know, just leave a little earlier right now. And that's a simple way of putting a complex solution. But we try to do that, right? I had this issue with, like, my wife and I call it romanticizing traffic. Like I think, oh yeah, the ride to Kissimmee is going to be 23 minutes.
Right.
5 years ago, that's not currently where it is.
Right.
And we all get that, I think. But what do you say? I'm looking at what that 2050 vision is. What do you see? Because you're plugged into this thing, and we don't need all details. But what do you see in 25 years? You know, because I know you have to do that long term.
Yeah, we need public transportation. You know, I've been working with Darren Soto and with the Metro Plan to take a rail system from the airport down Narcoossee to 192. That would alleviate some of the traffic on the Narcoossee Road. Now that's a vision now, but everything starts with a vision.
Right.
And we're working on it, and we're going to use the old railroad tracks that go down Narcoossee to do the train. So we have some infrastructure already built in. We're working on diligently. We have the design factors going on right now. But that's what I see in 2050. I see the projects that we have 16 years ago being done now. That's just the way it works, especially large projects. So I want to look down to 2050, down to 2060, and how we'll do it. I think autonomy in cars is going to be one of the things that we'll see a lot more of.
Unavoidable.
I know
Sure.
it's in Arizona right now. I know it's in different locations. And that will help, believe it or not, with the traffic jams. It'll help with the accidents because they will be working autonomously on traffic.
Right.
Now, I will tell you that what I try to do, because I'm downtown Orlando with MetroPlan quite a bit, I schedule my appointments on off-peak hours. I try to get there at 10 or 11.
Sure.
I try to take my doctor's appointments, things like that, at off-peak hours. Therefore, that's one less car. And I try to double up. If you look at the European model of transportation, there's 4 or 5 people in every vehicle.
Right.
You look at the United States vehicles, there's 1 person in every car.
We don't want to ride with anybody. Ken.
Exactly. We want our own space, right?
Yeah, you know, I'm guilty of that.
I am too. I am too. The only time I'm not is when I got my 8 grandchildren in the car.
Yeah,
and
you pay it back that way.
Exactly.
So if you average it out, you're nailing it.
Exactly.
That's
I got
good.
8 or 1, so nothing in between.
So you're good.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
abiding by the average.
Exactly.
That's good.
So yeah, it's exciting. With traffic, listen to some good music, or listen to a pod, or put on a good Christian music station. Do something where you can relax and focus, because if not, it will frustrate you to where you're going.
Until the road's open.
Yes.
So one thing I thought was a pretty good. It's not in your particular area of influence. Maybe a little.
Okay.
Is the school district.
Yes.
I thought it was. I know there was probably again a long-range plan that came to fruition. But I love that with Dr. Shanoff and the board working together, which they really do work together.
Yes, they do.
It wasn't always that way for sure, but that is happening. I like that they have different transportation hubs. There's one on the Point Siena side, kind of.
Yes.
Certainly, there's one on Simpson Road, and now one on Nova.
On Nova, right.
And I think that's brilliant. People don't think about that. It's not just because we have so many kids going to school, but
Right.
it takes those buses and keeps them in their appropriate areas.
Correct,
Right?
and off the streets that they're not servicing.
Right.
And that, that's one way of handling transportation. They park their buses for east, for the west, and accordingly.
Sure.
That helps take those buses off the streets and helps alleviate traffic. I think Dr. Mark does a great job.
Great.
I've been working with him, and we're just in the early stages of talking about autistic schools here in Osceola. Let's face it, there's a lot of autism. There's not enough education in schools for it. I would like to see that happen, but that starts again with a conversation. And I've had that with Mark, and we have a pretty good handle on it with our 3 autistic schools that my family runs, that I own, my daughter owns.
Right.
But she runs them, and it's basically her schools, her love. I just helped her out to start off, and she's doing a wonderful job. But our waiting lists are 50-some people,
Yeah.
And we need to recognize that, I think, publicly too, Keith. I really do, but that's my soapbox, and I love helping disadvantaged folks.
And we should have another conversation based on that if you want to.
Yes,
That'd be great.
I would love that.
I know Dr. Shanoff and the board, they're trying. I mean, I think honestly, it's another situation within a very highly populated region. They're trying to figure out how to make all that work as well. And so it's difficult to make everybody happy simultaneously.
Right.
I think they do a good job. I'm proud to know those guys well.
I am so proud of our school board and Dr. Shanoff and all the folks there, and our teachers and our coaches. They do it for the love.
Yeah, no doubt.
And they're really doing a great job. They get along well. You can see that happening. You see the school board meetings and things progressing. Mark, or Dr. Shanoff's got a tough job, but if you ever met him, and I know you've worked with him, great guy.
Yeah.
Very personable guy, very intelligent guy, but he loves to work with people. So I encourage everybody to shout out to him and give him a thank you, because I think he's doing a great job for our school.
Yeah, he's not practicing. He is, and I say that meaning this isn't a new thing for him. He's kind of like you in a way. He's had a multitude of positions, which I think is, I think when people hire sometimes we get very, I mean, you know this, you get very focused on what your specific need is.
Right.
But really, when you talk to somebody who has had a variety of experiences,
Yes.
that's who you like.
Yes.
Right? That's who you really
Yes.
like.
And he
So,
has a
yeah.
ton of experiences.
Yeah.
He ran the IT for Orange County.
Yeah.
And it's just one of like a plethora of things he did prior to getting there. And speaking of another person like that, our police chief.
Right.
Our police chief's a paramedic. I call him Superman, because the guy really can do anything. He's really personable. Our fire chief's a great guy. And those are leadership roles. You need those kind of people, right, to make a good community. And I think we have a great community here in St. Cloud and all of Osceola County.
Yeah, you know, we talk about this all the time. We just can't lose any of these leaders, right? I mean, we just dropped a bunch of names out here,
Yep.
and we could do this for an hour.
Yes.
And same with the city council.
Yes.
You know, it's on and on and on. But we can't.
Right.
So I don't want to. So I don't miss this though. So just a couple things, casually.
Yes.
Before we close out, just anything that we haven't talked about that from your position because you have a lot of things going on. From the position of council member and deputy mayor.
Yes.
You know, anything you want to share with us that you just run out of time telling people sometimes?
Well, you know, we're always available. I answer every one of my phone calls, every one of my emails. Anybody wants to meet me in person, I'll come up to City Hall, we'll meet, we'll do a tour, we'll talk. And that's how things get done. They start with conversations, and we're available. I know the other council people are available. I'm available all the time. I'd love to sit and talk to people, because then you know what their concerns are, and then you can address those concerns. So I am open to anybody in this town that has any issues to call, email, text. I will get back to you, and if you want to meet me in person, I would love to do that. Now, our ball fields are just wonderful. We put it was $14 million budget. We renovated, we had new bathrooms, and we added ball fields. But we came in $1.4 million under budget and under time. Those are good things to talk about, because when you look at government, there's budgets and they say there was wasteful money. We're actually looking to save money. We saved $1.4 million and still provided first-class ballparks for our citizens, which was well needed and well deserved, and now we have them. So there are things going on. I know negativity seems to breed better than positively, but as in positively Osceola, we love good stuff.
There you go.
And we want to have good stuff. I'm honored to talk to you. I'm honored to be able to work for the city of St. Cloud as a council person. In my 3.5 years here, we've got a lot of things done, but there's still a lot more to do. It will take time, but I love going to work every day, and I love being a citizen in this great city.
Love it. Great. Yes, the word positively is a good thing. Well, that's an adverb of choice. I appreciate you, man. I mean, I know we're sitting here with a camera on, but the reality is, you know, this is just another talk, you know,
Yes.
and I think that's important. I think a lot of times leaders in cities, counties, and in regions like this, the only time the citizen gets, if they even get this, the only time the citizen gets to interface or hear that leader talk is often behind the dais or in a situation when you're dealing with specific topics. And the problem, and it's great and it's needed, but the problem is we can't have those discussion points, and none of us talk like that. This is how we hopefully talk, right?
And that's the way it should be. As you know, in my previous life, I've owned 17 companies, and I've worked 36 years building companies and expanding companies, and some just didn't work out. When I retired, I did not know what city council was. I really didn't. I paid my tickets, I got my license, I drove past the potholes. I did all that like a regular citizen. Somebody asked me to do that and run for this position. I've never been happier. It's a great job, not always easy. But it's a great job, and working for the citizens of St. Cloud has fulfilled my obligations to this city and this great state, because we should give back. I didn't know about it. Now I'm dug in deep. As you know me, I don't surface anything. If I'm digging for taters. You know, we're going to go after it. We're going to figure out how to get it done.
That's the first time you said that. Come on.
But yeah, but I love this city, and I love the Citizen City, and I'm available. All of our accounts are available, not just on the dais, but every day of the week. Got a great, safe city, and I'd like to keep it that way. And that's priority one. 48% of our budget is for health and safety. And we would like to keep it that way.
I think you're doing a great job.
Thank you, my friend.
You got
God
it,
bless
brother.
you.
So appreciate your time today.
I appreciate you, and you know where I'm at if you need me, brother.
Got it. All right, again, this is Keith with Positively Osceola here today at Cake, Pastries, and More, plural, Cakes, Pastries, and More, with Ken Gilbert, Deputy Mayor, and so many other things, together making a positive difference in and around Osceola County.